guys, welcome back to JR14. Here I am with another video for you guys. Now, as you guys know, I love my daily driver, right? I love driving it. It's fantastic. It's been very, very reliable until now. I'm hearing some very weird noises when the car is cold, meaning on a cold start. When I don't drive it for a full day, I'm having a little bit of an issue. Today, we're gonna find out what that issue is. And we're also going to fix that issue. And I'm gonna teach you guys how to fix it because it's a pretty common thing to happen on the Accords. So let's check out the Accord right now. So with the Accord, I have it right here. So I'm gonna get in it and I'm gonna start it up, all right? Turn the AC and everything off real quick. So one thing I do notice, so you don't hear, when the wheel is straight, you don't hear anything, but I don't know if you guys can hear this. I have to do it with the car on, so I don't know if you guys can hear this whine when I turn. So do you guys hear that? So it's, let's see if we can figure it out. So maybe I can push the wheel and do it. No, I can't. I gotta actually turn the steering wheel. So the issue is with the power steering pump. Let me turn off the car. Well, let me see if I can still make the noise again. So does it when I turn the wheel? See, I'm turning the wheel. As soon as I make the wheel straight, no noise. But anytime I turn the wheel. What can we know about the power steering pump? One thing that we can know about is definitely with the reservoir. Maybe it's running low on the fluid, right? So if it's running low on fluid, then your reservoir for it is right here. So if we lift this up, I don't know if you guys can see that. See, it's bubbling up and foaming inside, and it's like this nasty light brown color. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hang on. Let's see if I can zoom in on that and show you. Yeah, that's disgusting. Right in there. Yeah. That's not supposed to be foamy. This is supposed to be just a liquid, and it's not supposed to foam up like that. Now, the foaming up can happen for a couple of different reasons. One reason for sure is that it's definitely low on the coolant. So if you guys can see right here, see the upper level and lower level right here? It's supposed to be up here. It's at the lower level, which means that it's low on the brake fluid. The other reason why, now I gotta figure out why is it leaking fluid in the first place. One, it could have never been changed. Two, I don't really know what else. I looked at all the lines. So there's a couple lines that run down here. Everything looks dry against the subframe. And this is the high pressure line right here, which runs down to the rack, which is down there somewhere. It's all the way down there, and then that provides fluid to the rack when you turn left and right. So newer cars don't require this pump because they're electrical power steering. One less thing to worry about, one less thing to go wrong, one less reservoir fluid or anything. So one less thing that has to be driven off the belt, one less reservoir that contains toxic fluids, and another unit that you don't necessarily need. Now, what I'm going to do is that what I do notice is that on these, I don't know if you guys can see on here, but let's see that caked on residue. These are prone. This is the return line of the power steering pump. Hang on. This is the return line of the power steering pump, and this is the high pressure line of the power steering pump. These have O-rings in them that have a common issue of failing for a 2003 to 2007 Honda Accord. So what did I do? I actually bought the parts from a Honda dealership. I'm gonna go over all the parts with you. We're gonna do this repair together, and we're gonna get it done. But guys, before we continue with the video and before we get started on the repair of the power steering pump on my 2007 Honda Accord, you guys have to make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. It definitely helps me out for future videos like this. But I'm rambling. We need to get this fixed because this is my beater. This is my daily driver. I love this car and it needs to be up and running. So without further ado, let's go inside, back into my place, and I'm gonna go over all the parts with you, the part numbers, the cost, the breakdown, everything. So let's do that right now. All right, so I'm in my apartment right now. I actually wanted to show you what exactly is needed for this. Now, I actually bought a couple other stuff. Well, I only bought something else extra, and that's this oil filter right here. We're not gonna need that. I'm doing an oil change. My oil service is due on my Accord, so I figured I'd pick one up while I'm there. But these are the two O-rings right here. This one, this black one right here, is for the high pressure, and the return is this orange one right here. So if you know you have an updated one in the car, you know if it was orange, then it was updated. The original one should be black. So I'm thinking this is the reasoning of my issue in the first place, but they sell them together as a kit here. This black one, part number is this right here. And they just give you this one included. I didn't even give them the part number. I told them 2007 Honda Accord, return and high pressure O-rings for the power steering pump. Also, what is going to be needed is the fluid. So I got some genuine Honda power steering fluid. This was like $5. This was like $4 and change. I'll actually show you the receipt here in a minute. So pretty much like everything here came out to about 2007 Accord 4-cylinder, $20, and that's including the oil filter. So yeah, it's the O-rings right here, $428, $285, $519, and then the oil filter was $7.04. You know, shout out to Sport Honda for really coming up with some decent pricing for this, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead now and we're gonna go and put this in the car. All right, so pretty much what we're gonna be doing is that we're pretty much, like I said, we're gonna be taking off the high pressure line, which is right here, and we're gonna be taking off the return, which is right here. There's two O-rings, one in each one of these. Black one goes in here, orange one will go in here as far as the replacements are concerned. You can pull this off, but you're also gonna be putting some rags under here. So make sure you have rags. So I don't have a pick, so I'm gonna use this this tool right here, a screwdriver, a flathead, a really fine, small flathead screwdriver to pick those O-rings out. And also you're going to need a 10mm socket for these two for the high pressure and this one for the return. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and you're just going to see the repair in, you know, in firsthand pretty much. Good to go here. I'm just going to loosen this guy up right now. There we go. So I'm gonna do the return one first. I don't know where to put this down at where it won't fall to the engine bay. That's one thing that sucks, is when you lose tools. Again, do not lose nuts, because you do need that or you'll screw everything anywhere. Now again, put paper underneath it, because I am gonna just pull it out gently. Oh, you will get fluid that comes out, hence why I put the paper down, like as you see here. So see, this was never changed. So this was a black, oh wait, is it in there still? Yeah, it's in there. See, the O-ring is right inside here. So I need a screwdriver to pick that out, because it's supposed to go on this piece right here. But the problem is that sometimes it gets stuck in there. I did watch another video about this. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick that out and make sure that I can get that out safely. So that's where we're gonna use our screwdriver, which is right over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick this guy out right now. I think I can get this junk out. See, here we go. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know how good on camera this is gonna pick out. So like, what the one thing they told me was that it'll be flat. So this one's pretty flat right here. I don't like the way this looks. It's a little frayed a little bit, so this could definitely be causing air to get in the system. I didn't mention that when I was showing you what was going on with the bubbling inside the reservoir. So these can allow air to get in, and what happens is is that once air gets in the system, you start getting the bubbling effect. So we're not going to use this anymore. I'm actually going to take my gloves off, and I'm going to get the new O-ring in 2 seconds, and then I'm going to put it in the put the new one in and lock this guy back down, and then we're going to do the high pressure after that. So I'm trying to put this down so I don't let this blow away. So I just made a small hole in here, and I may get some on the floor here, so maybe just do this by on the floor over here. So I'm gonna make a mess. But what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna put the new O-rings inside here so they can get lubricated, because when you put them back in, that was way too much. When you put them back in, you don't want them to get snagged. You don't want them snag on the inner tube, or you don't want them to, you don't want them to like get snagged, because then it'll possibly may rip the thing, and which that's something that you definitely don't want to do. And this is very thin oil. I just noticed that. So let me put a little bit back in there. I don't need that much. I thought a little bit was going to come out, but definitely a lot more than I was expecting was coming out of this. So I'm going to put that in here. All right, and that's the old O-ring there from the return. And I'm going to get the new one, which is this orange one right here. So this was never replaced on my car. If you do this repair and you see an orange one like this inside, then you know recently it was changed before. Honda definitely changed the color on it, so you would know if it was changed or not. So I'm just gonna have it sit in there for a second. Just there you go. Just let it sit inside. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pretty much just replace the O-ring, and you put it right back in. So let me go ahead. I soaked that already, so let me go ahead and put it back in. So all right, cool. I'll just put that on here like so. Yep, then you just pop that back on in there. Take your time with it. It'll slide in. Reason why is, again, you don't want it to catch on. You don't want it to catch on and start fraying. So I only have a power tool with me. I mean I have other tools with me. I like using my power tools though, but don't just go slow. All right, cool. That's done. So now we're good here. Wipe up the excess. So one thing I got to realize too is that, I don't live in New York. I usually have buddies and shops and stuff like that. So got to learn how to do this stuff on your own. So I'm trying to get back that content with you guys where, you could do stuff on your own. I know that's what the channel used to be about. Me working on my car, the GTI in the driveway and stuff. But, times have changed. Time is very important. But yeah, we're good here. All right, so now we're going to bundle this up because we don't need it. And we're going to move on to the high pressure. So there's two 10 millimeters for this. And we're going to lift it up out of the way. So that's why we shrug that paper down there, so we don't have no issues. Last thing I want is issues. But before I do that, I should have this thing soak, the other O-ring, soak in the, right here. Got it. Finally got it. Gonna let that soak in here as well. There we go. So let that soak in there. So again, and that's the only two that we need to replace. So, all right. So now, while that's soaking, we're going to go ahead and take off the high pressure. Now, there's going to be a lot of fluid that comes in here. Once the car's off, the thing doesn't have any pressure. I'm going to just crack this cap open just in case. But there should be no pressure in this system. So, okay. Now, they said some cars have the same bolts, or they will be the same size. So just look real quick. Now these are both, one is actually a little longer than the other, but this one went in the front, so I'll put that here, and this one went in the back, so I'll put that there. Now the same concept here. What we're going to do is just going to lift this up ever so gently. There we go. And there's fluid that's coming out. Yep. All right. Ooh, that's a lot here. It's a lot here. Some's gonna come out the line too. That's which is gonna happen. So, and there's the O-ring right there. It's all flat and whatnot. So this is definitely the issue at hand. Give me a second. I got to get a couple more rags. This is a lot. This is a lot more than I was expecting. So this is your high pressure line. So, all right, so it stopped leaking. That's good. So let's just get this out of here first. Last thing you want is this stuff on your belt, because that'll just be a nightmare. You don't want that to happen. So, all right, cool. Put that to the side as well. Put that on the ground because it still has oil on it. All right, bet. Cool. Replace it with. There we go. Just replace it with new paper. That's it. Oh, see, more's coming out the line. That's all right. We're gonna change this line real quick. All right, bet. So now, go in here. There we go. Yeah, this one's definitely old. This O-ring's definitely like squared off and frayed for sure. All right, so I'm trying to get this guy off. A pick would definitely help here. I gotta upgrade my tools and stuff. AutoZone, where y'all at? Well, here we go. Got it now. There we go. Bet. All right, cool. Now we're good there. Oh yeah, this is definitely cracking. And it's definitely flattened for sure. So definitely air can get past this. So we're gonna junk that. Gonna get the new one on. So this one, you know, it's more thicker and it has like a more circular edge to it. It hasn't been crushed in. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this guy in place. And that. And then what I'm gonna do is just gonna dab some with my finger here. I'm just gonna rub it around the ring. You could take some of the old stuff too out of the line, but just make sure that it's good. And then we're gonna pop this back in place just gently, because you don't want it to. There we go. All right, perfect. Then that's it. So we're just gonna put that back down. Okay. Back down. Okay, cool. All right, so now we're good. So all that's done. I wish I had some brake clean or something to like clean up the excess, but I don't. But you can use a rag. This oil is really thin, so it's not gonna cause too many problems. I usually wash my engine bay. I got some paper stuck in there. It's all right though. It'll be fine. But let's clean all the old stuff off. All right, cool. And now we're good here. And now we're good here. So now with the reservoir, you want to just top it off. So remember I told you in the old clip that my power stir fluid is low. And I'm gonna start with what's in this cap. Can't waste this stuff. I mean, it's really cheap anyway, but still. All right, cool. That, and then what we can do, you can get a little bit more of this stuff right here. We're just gonna wrap it around the reservoir here. Actually, for this, I want to just get a rag. A rag would be better. All right, so these are the old rings, all old rings right here. I clean off my excess, but I'll probably power wash the engine bay eventually again. So let me get a rag, an old rag. No, that's fairly new. I know I got another one here somewhere. Screw it. It's just, this is old. I have another one right there, so we'll just use this one for now. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, so we don't get this fluid all over the place, just gonna wrap it around here. All right, bet. And then we could just pour. Here we go. All right, cool. So now, I'm just gonna check the level. So we gotta put a little bit more in until we get to the upper level. Just a little bit. I'm gonna wipe all the excess off right in here, push this down, and now we get to start the car. So start the car and see if it continues to make the noise. You're probably gonna have to wait a little bit, but probably gonna have to wait a little bit for all the air to come out the system, because we did open the system up. Make sure that these are tight yet again, which they are. This is covered and good to go, which it is. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start the car. All right, we're gonna start her up. Okay, and let's see if we made magic happen. Give it a second to warm up. Just check for any leaks. Looks like we're good. I don't see any leaks from there. I don't see any leaks from here. So I hear a little whine still, but again, we have to wait. So I put a little bit of fluid in and it went right back down. So this pump must have just been running dry, but that fixed it. I don't hear the whine anymore, guys. I think I fixed it. Yeah, guys, I think I fixed it. I don't hear the whine. Nope, I don't hear it. I think this is good. I think we'll call this a wrap. I think this is dope. Quiet. And how's the level here? Let's look and see if it's still bubbling. It's still bubbling a little bit, but that's gonna calm down once the air is all out of the system. But this is great. So the return comes out of here, goes in there, and then this goes into the pressure. All right, so this is great. I call this a win. It may need a little bit more fluid to top off, but for the most part, I think we're good. So guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Ooh, I'm hot. It's a hot day today where I'm doing this car, but hang on, I just gotta check it one more time. I think, do we have any whine? Nope, she's quiet. Yep, no more loud whine like you heard in the last video. If you guys did like this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to JR14. And you realize when you work on your car yourself and fix the minor things that keep a cool car like this running forever, you guys always remember that cars are a lifestyle.